All right, I'm gonna be working with Atlas to desensitize him to the trailer. So we're just gonna start on the outside of the trailer. I'm not even gonna go to the back gate. So I'm just gonna have him target my handheld target, which is my riding crop, and then just bring him closer until he's touching the trailer on his own, which you've seen the beginning process of that in the previous trailer desensitizing video with him. And then this is just him kind of moving on. So we went back to that first step and I had him target the front of the trailer. And now I'm gonna just put some treats on the wheel well here because I want him to just associate the trailer with food. So it's just a giant bucket. Like, we're just gonna put a bunch of treats on there and he can go pick them off on his own time. So he can just kind of go and explore on his own. And I like that. It's very similar to how he explored the tarp and like the plastic pool float on his own. It's gonna be the same kind of thing. And I like starting to the side of the trailer at first because he has been on the trailer. Obviously, he got here, so he was run into the trailer, and there is a video of that as well. So that's why I wanted to not start at the back gate, because I didn't want it to be like, oh no, I have to go in the trailer, anything negative. I don't want that. So I want to just rebuild a positive association with the trailer. And since he's only been in it once, I probably don't have a ton of negative stuff going on in there. Like he doesn't really know what it is. He's only been in there once and it was a very different context. But that's not true for most horses. So I like starting at this place and just building their confidence up. So I'm just having him target the extra wheel here. So he's kind of offered that on his own. So he wanted to kind of touch it, and I was like, okay, well, I'll click and reward you for that. So he's offering it here, and I'm not gonna ignore that behavior. I'm just gonna let him go ahead and eat some treats here. So I kind of switch back and forth between, I was just gonna have more treats on the wheel well here and just have him explore on his own, but he offered that on his own, so offered the targeting. So I'm gonna be like, okay, that's fine, and I'll reward that a little bit and then go back to putting the treats on. So pretty good. He's pretty relaxed, much better than last time. So I'm gonna move to the back of the trailer. So my arena is set up where I have two separate gates and the trailer is always at one, which is very handy. But I'm just having him target, same process, just have him target the handheld target close to the trailer. You might have to start further away than this, especially if your horse has an aversion to loading, but I'm just holding it up, and when he touches it, I'll click and feed. So you just slowly want to get closer and closer to the trailer. Since he doesn't really have any association with the trailer, maybe slightly negative from the one time he was run in and loaded up, but not really overall. I think he's mostly afraid, but he's willing to walk up to it. And with that previous training where he's been eating food off of it, I'm okay with that. So I'm just letting him take his time, investigate the trailer, let him chew here. I did not do the same thing on the opposite side of the trailer, just because there's a fence. It's a little off camera, but I didn't want him to get in that little corner and be worried, and it's just really not necessary. So if your trailer is in a more open area, definitely have him explore both sides and target both sides and just make sure he's comfortable with it. And if it's not backed against a fence, you can have him walk around it too. So, but I like this setup. Then he's at the arena. I can really work at liberty, and it just kind of works out for everybody. And then once they've gotten this point and they can go in the trailer, I then move the trailer so we can work on some other stuff if we're at a show or something. But I'm just going to work on the targeting a little bit more, and I'm just gradually moving my target closer and closer to the back of the trailer. And then eventually I will put the target on the trailer. He'll touch the target, and at the same time he will be touching the trailer, and then I'll just fade that away and he'll just be touching the trailer, and then he can target it on his own. So I just kind of had to move him out of my way a little bit. I'm trying to stand like kind of in the gap between the trailer and the fence so he can kind of have room if he'd want to run off or get scared or anything. But so now he's going to kind of offer here to touch the trailer on his own, so I'll reward that. And that's really what I was looking for. I was just kind of using my target to get him to that point, to where he'll touch it on his own, but I don't want to just go up there and have him touch it first thing, because it's going to be too scary. Some horses, it won't. It might be not scary at all, especially if your horse trailers well and you just want to fix a couple things. You could probably go ahead and do that, but I would just make sure, look for those body language signs and make sure that your horse isn't worried first. So I'm just trying to straighten him out here and then kind of place him a little bit better. He's kind of leaning off to one side. I wanted him a bit more straight, so I just kind of had him follow the target and straighten out a little bit and then target. So I'm not gonna pick too much. I just kind of moved him just because I needed a bit more space where I'm at because I'm right behind him. But there is a gap, so if he were to worry, I can just back up a step and I'm out of the arena and out of his way. So just try to make it very safe. But I just want to do very strong targeting behavior with the back door. So he touches it, I click and feed him over and over again, and I make sure it's nice and strong.